On October 3rd, trading on the Moscow exchange ended with another weakening of the ruble. The euro and yuan returned to the record level in mid-August, and the dollar surpassed the psychologically important level of 100 rubles. The latest drop to a three-digit value in August led to the Bank of Russia raising the discount rate twice in a month, and the authorities of the aggressor country discussed the resumption of foreign exchange controls. But all the efforts of the Ministry of Finance and the central bank could only delay the collapse.
The ruble has continued to decline as demand for hard currency in Russia increases amid a recovery in imports at a time when the economy is under international sanctions over the war. Russia's major exporters, the main providers of foreign currency, have experienced significant declines in export revenues at the same time, from Bloomberg publication.
One of the reasons for the decline was the low demand for rubles. On the contrary, there are many people who want to buy dollars, but there's not enough American currency on the market. This is due to the fact that Russian exports are declining, and many transactions are carried out not in dollars, but in illiquid rupees, yuans, and dirhams. At the same time, federal budget spending, primary on the war against Ukraine, is increasing. To continue financing the aggression, Moscow decided to print more rubles.
The downside of this printing surfaced relatively recently when the ruble-to-dollar exchange rate reached 100 rubles per dollar. Therefore, printing rubles, yes, they do it, but this in turn leads to the fact that the currency will sink. Accordingly, what they print will lose value.
The main source of foreign currency inflow to the Russian Federation remains the export of oil and gas, but neither raising energy prices nor the fact that the state sells a significant portion of oil above the price cap can stop the fall of the ruble.
This is the first time in history that we are seeing such a phenomenon when oil prices are rising 90 now somewhere and the ruble is falling. It was always exactly the opposite. Gas prices have slowly gone up, but the incomes of both the population and the treasury are not growing.
Russian authorities, meanwhile, see no reason for concern. Putin's press secretary recommended that residents of the aggressor country simply pay less attention to the exchange rate of foreign currency. Judging by their reaction on social media, Russians did not like this advice.
Resident Peskov, don't you want to go shopping and look at the prices? Yes, they keep money in rubles, they rub currency with them.
Inflation, devaluation, falling living standards. This economic pattern illustrates the situation in the country a few months later. Even though the nominal incomes of Russians remains the same and sometimes grow, the real well-being of the population falls. In other words, the amounts of wages and social payments are not reduced, but the number of goods, primarily imported, that can be bought for this money is reduced.
These goods will not immediately, but over the course of 3-4 months, rise in price just as the ruble fell. It fell by 10% over the last month, which means that within 2-3 months the price of imports will rise by 10%, and then other goods will rise in price. Other products simply need much more time.
The collapse of the Russian currency pulled the Belarusian currency with it. According to the results of trading on the Belarusian currency and stock exchange, the ruble dropped to its lowest level in the last 16 months. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Valeria Nikipelova, UATV News.